Hello and welcome to another day playing MTG Arena. I am Dr. Max. We are on day 7, the final day of Tryhard Week. So we are going to end with Mono Blue. Perhaps not the highest tier deck, but it is something that I personally know, as I'm sure most of you do, very frustrating to play against. So we're going to give this a go. I enjoy playing these tempo games as well. They make you really think. Pretty standard mono blue here. Instead of those running the March of Swirling Mist, though, we do have 2 Blue Sun's Twilights to potentially gain control of opponents' creatures, so that's pretty funny. We have 3 negates. I don't know why I'm getting different Ixalan versus other negates in there, so we'll fix that in here. Pretty standard stuff here, right? Lots of counter spells, Fading Hope, Consider, and then 2 Flow of Knowledges to really reload our hand late in the game when need be. The Djinns and the Terrors, those are our money makers, how to close the deal. So let's give this a go, see how it performs. Decent start. Yeah, we don't have our creatures yet, but that's fine. We can dig into it. We'll have a turn 1 Consider, maybe even a Spell Pierce, but we are going first. So we'll see what we can do. And maybe we're playing the ramp game here. Do we draw Terror? I think yes at this point. He'll keep getting cheaper and cheaper. We're hitting our lands, and we're just gonna keep waiting for him. Two of the headquarters, so that's interesting. Odds are they don't have removal here, so we could play the Djinn out, although it is a bit risky since we can't protect it. But it just gives us an opportunity then to play a Thirst. Do I want to discard that land? I think the answer is no. So let's get rid of a Consider and a Spell Pierce, since I think it's a little bit worse. Now we can island into Djinn. And we have Fading Hope or Make Disappear open. Yep, okay, so this is the Domain Ramp deck we're playing against here, so our goal is to just put enough pressure on them so that they can't ramp. Oh, and we will just disappear that, get out of here. Flow of Knowledge is an instant, so we can keep that open. But in the meantime, to keep a Fading Hope for our Djinn, just in case. Elesh Norn, sure. So we'll flow. Restock our hand. I think at this point we can get rid of a Spell Pierce, since it requires that, and a Fading Hope. And then we'll Fading Hope their Elesh Norn. So at this point, we're in a really strong position. We have Negate open, and they need to come up with an answer on this next turn. And I'm just going to straight negate that. So, good game. Decent start here. We have the Terror. I'd like to have an additional land. I think this Fading Hope is just going to kind of sit there worthless on turn 1 since we're going first, but we'll see. If we're going against creature heavy, it could be good. So I would say this was a marginal keep, but we'll see how it goes. And we're doing a mirror. So let's do this. I think at this point then, just to get under any potential... They could have a Spell Pierce, which would feel bad. Yep, all right. Well, we're not hitting our land, so that sucks. They're going to get to keep some stuff open then. And I will say 2 can play that as an artifact or a creature spell. I'll say no way. You blocked my stuff, made me unhappy, so I'm going to do the same to you. They're ahead of us on mana, which is a real bummer. Yep. We'll scatter ray there, because I don't want their terror out. Their defenses are down, so I think we thirst here. Just trying to get something. And we can discard an island. And that keeps a Spell Pierce up, but they're probably going to play another creature here. Alright, the answer is no for that. That's fine. I would love for them to play something. Yes. On the stack here, I'm going to try and play Flow Knowledge. And then I'm going to... If I do that, then they can just pay. So that was a bummer that they had that. I'll try and Fading Hope, but at this point it seems like we're losing the counter race. Okay, and they're the ones that are then running these interesting defense spells. Mana value X or less. Alright, we're going to try this. Yep. Can I swipe it? If they run another protection, I am going to Spell Pierce it. So thank you for the Hottie Djinn. I appreciate it. But then they can just Fading Hope it back to their hand. It still phases out in mine, so thank you. There you go. Whew, can't believe we won that. 3 lands is good. Terror, fine. We can consider maybe into something better. But I would just like a actual... Okay. So they're coming with the aggro, and that's fine. Scatter Ray will be useful in the next turn. Maybe a little bit slow, though, and that feels bad. Let's see if they just go for a strike or play with fire to the face. Yep. So they're clearly just pushing all the damage they can. We'll consider. And draw. Moment of Truth is okay. We'll see if they play something that is worth countering here. And the answer so far seems to be no. I don't know if they cast another burn spell or... Yeah, they're just pushing a lot of damage that way. Makes sense. They have another instant here? Yeah. No, they could actually theoretically, I guess, play the Mishra's Foundry. So let's take our Disappear, and let's put this into the graveyard, and then into the library. That Thirst is okay. At this point, what's a bummer is that they are still pushing damage here with Swift Spear. I think we play the waiting game, though. Try and be patient, because if and when we get a terror out, they're going to be in rough shape. They're just pushing the Swift Spear, and that's fine. Can't counter that. Okay. We don't have a basic. I think at this point, Moment of Truth needs to go. I think both Moment of Truths. They're just a little bit too slow. It also makes our terror much cheaper. So let's play our terror and say try and get around it. And then we'll hold. And we'll scatter it because I do not want them being able to replay that. I had everything there. Okay. This has a mana value of 1, so it's actually very good. We can play another Terror here. If we Twilight, we get it. And it has a mana value of 1. I'm going to take your Devastator. And then hold up a Fading Hope. Yeah, that's really strong. Let's see if they activate the Foundry here, thinking they have lethal. They should think they do. Yep, and so then I'll Fading Hope the Swift Spear in response. Spell Pierce is... Ooh. So I think this goes on the bottom. And they have no good attacks here. Okay. So now we'll play out a Haughty Djinn to try and just put up some pressure here. And let's attack with the Terror. We can make Disappear to make burn spells bad for them. Okay, you got your Swift Spear, beautiful. We could take it. I say we just drop another Terror here. And basically the Devastator for us is going to be... So this is forcing them to block then. They have to, because otherwise this is lethal. Okay, we have Scatter Ray for creature and make Disappear with casualty. Got him. Oh my goodness, that was close. Hopefully we're going against something creature. And it looks like yes we are, so we'll take that. Good draw there for the Consider. Let's see what they cast. No dice. Oh, cancel, can't do that. They'll get it, but then I will just Fading Hope. Moment of Truth, Let's keep our options open. Yep. This will get some damage. We maybe just, depending on... Yeah, so whenever you cast a creature spell, when it dies, distribute them. That's strong. I think we need to try and Consider here. So Etching, go for it. The sooner we hopefully get to... So the Beast Caller will get bigger with just the casting trigger, which is annoying. Yep. Do your worst. Still got plenty of life. Okay, Moment of Truth. Disappear into hand, graveyard, library. Terror is getting cheaper. At this point, though, we're kind of running out of stuff here. We can play the Terror, and it's pretty strong. And I think at this point we have to put up a blocker. That Ward 3 is really powerful. And they'll have to just play pump spells on their own stuff here. They can't directly damage Terror. This is telling me they have a Tybar stand. If they do, I'm just going to play it and say go for it. I would need to get this out of the way anyways. And they can just pump this to the moon. Yep. That's a bummer, but I think it was to be expected there. But now all of these are a lot cheaper, which is great for us. Essence Sketa, no way. Do they attack again? If they do, that's telling me they have another pump spell. They may try and bluff me here, in which case I'll take it. We still have life. The fact that they're really thinking about this tells me that they probably are bluffing. But we'll take that. And that's fine. We'll consider. Negate's not bad. But I want something else just because at this point, like, we don't have anything to really deal with creature spells here. I should say cheap creature spells. Like, if they have another oddity, we're toast. So that's going to be big. Even if I make disappear this, they can just pay. So I think we've lost this game, which sucks. So at this point, we're done. We'll hold up Consider. Going first is really nice. They have a Spell Pierce. Okay. Sure, they're going to consider on my Consider. Have you considered considering? Keep this open. We can Spell Pierce on their turn. They probably have a Make Disappear, though, which feels bad. So we'll hold this. We have a lot of cheap counter spells here for their kind of stuff. Nope. I want to be able to protect my Thirst for Discovery against theirs. Spell Pierce their negate and see. Okay. No stick there, so they are out of counter spells. It does give them carte blanche to yet play their Haughty Djinn. But with that, he's not protected. So I'm just going to steal it. Got him. Based on those Cruelty of Gix things, maybe we're going against mono black here. It would be fun to steal a Sheldred, but that would cost a lot. I'm just going to mute them just in case. I think that also mutes then their avatar. But I'll pet my kitty. You're a cute kitty. Okay, mono white stuff, potentially. Could also be enchantments, hard to say. Love me a Djinn. I am going to need to draw land for it, though. Got it. Beautiful. Holding up Moment of Truth or Make Disappear. Well, let's see what they got. Mono white. Yeah, I don't care. So this looks like it's more of a kind of a mono white value pile here. So we'll Moment of Truth on end step. It's going to negate. And then these can go. If they play something like Wedding Announcement, that is something we want to negate. Actually, we'd Make Disappear as a better option. Yeah, hit your lands. I'm happy for you. I think we Moment of Truth and try and hit a land here. So I want this. Oh, that Flow of Knowledge would be great. Yard, library. So our Djinn is, yeah, not super powerful right now, but it is letting us hold up negate and disappear. And if they don't do anything, we can just consider. Let's just straight negate this. They may have another removal spell. And they do. Yep. 2 lay down irons, not surprising. Doing that damage. Let's consider right off the top. That's not bad. And we'll just hold up some other stuff here. Yeah, they're getting the value. That sucks. Okay, they wanted to create the token, which is interesting to me. I'm gonna pay 0 and steal your token. I'm not gonna let them Takesha's Welcome here, and I'll casualty. No Takesha's Welcome. So they're still just trying to create tokens. Another farm hand, yep. So they're going wide, and it's gonna work. And we're stuck. What do we do? I think we pass and try and just scry our way into something good. Let's see what they do. They attack. Okay, that's fine. Fading Hope. Nope. Yeah, not surprising they had an Emperor there. Let's see if they create a token. Yep, they're coming out with all the stuff that they know that they have. So, I mean, we're at a point now where I think we're kind of screwed. Because all these are pumped, they're drawn. We finally hit that. It's not lethal yet, so we're just going to flow a knowledge here. And flood out like crazy. Haughty Djinn I don't think is enough to keep them down though. So at this point I think we're done. Yep, we'll scoop. Oh, just didn't draw into anything good. Going against Squee with the Fibblethip avatar for the confusions. Opponent going first sucks, particularly if there's something aggro. Looks like mono black. That's okay. Depending on what they play on turn 2, we can either Fading Hope or Consider. I'm thinking Consider just seems stronger. And you are mono black. And yep, you got your underdog. Very happy for you. No, don't need that. But the game really just wants us to have those thirsts for discovery. See if they play. Yeah, you got me on the underdog, sure. They can just eat my graveyard if they play a Trespasser, which then makes it more expensive for the Terror to come out. But if I can on end step here, I'm just going to Fading Hope. Your guy. Yep. So they're going to start eating my stuff, and that's fine. Yep. X is 5 or more, create a copy. That's fun. That Glutton is going to just keep eating my graveyard. Feels bad. So Terror is just going to get more and more expensive. Anything else you want to play? Alright, Thirst. Don't need this. What's a real bummer is I wish I could take their Trespasser. I could take their Underdog, which is pretty funny, but if I Haughty Djinn, I have Spell Pierces, but then that doesn't get around their good stuff. But they are going to be doing a lot of damage here. So I'll Blue Sun's Twilight and take their Underdog. Makes them use removal, cuts down on the damage that they can do to me. Yeah. And they got a Flesh Gorger. Very nice. My poor Terror is just costing everything. We got a Djinn out though, not very powerful. But we'll see what we can do. They're coming for an attack. Let's Thirst here. Yeah, we'll get rid of that lane. Sucks, so the Djinn doesn't do much. And we're taking a lot of damage. We have a Sorin. Yeah, it's very powerful. At this point, that would be a full price. Let's Fading Hope this. I can then play the Terror. If they blitz the Underdog no matter what I do, I think I die, right? Because I can go block, block, and they'll still hit me for 5. So, we scoop. Okay, hopefully we'll draw an island into a Djinn, but we have the Consider and the Scatters. Yeah, that. I'm just thinking of the graveyard. Trespasser killed us. Plains Island Swamp. Okay. Yep. They're going for value. Yeah, we'll take this. Go get your planes. Live your life. Be happy. I'm going to negate that. I don't want you to have value from that. I want to be able to protect Djinn, so we'll Thirst here and see what we can do. Yep, take that damage, sure. They have another Restoration, huh? Okay. We'll get rid of that island there. I think we keep holding. I want to have multiple counter spells for Djinn just in case. Discarding a portal to Phyrexia. Interesting. Okay, so they're going for like big ramp plays here, which is pretty interesting. Yep. Lily is a straight no. No way. Take a Make Disappear. put this in our graveyard, and then that in the library. Now we got 2 Djinns, so that's very powerful there. The only bummer is that Make Disappear here is not particularly good. Scatter Ray and Essence Scatter are both permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And so then they would take a Liliana. They would minus the Lily, and so I could just sack it. I'm not gonna let you. Screw it. I'm gonna sack my Djinn. I don't want you to play that. It's what you wanted anyways, but I'm not gonna let you get the additional value. Let's consider. I mean, they're just having all the removal here, which is a real bummer. Yep. Feels bad. You can have that. You have more creatures right now than I do. We'll thirst and just try and get... Oh my god. Alright. Well... No, we can... Yeah, we can counter that. Oh, thank god. Terror. Consider. Hope. They do have a Sunfall, so my Terror will die, but bring them down with them. Flooding out here. Sure, you can have that. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think we're done anyways here. Yep, good games. I like the Djinns here, but I think I got them all better. I think Blue Suns goes here. Could be Esper. Moment of truth. Go there. Graveyard. Back in the library somewhere. Those thirsts are nice. If they play something here, like Siphon Insight, then I am going to thirst in response. I'll decline and get rid of a Fading Hope and a Moment of Truth. Oh, they're playing my Otawara, you punk. That means they just probably also got a basic land then with the Otawara. No. I don't want you loading up your hand. We can protect the Haughty Djinn with a negate to counter their thing, but I think right now we just play Terror. And then if they try and sweep, we can negate. I'll Fading Hope it back into my hand then. Okay, we'll Thirst again. Let's get rid of Moment of Truth. I think Spell Pierce at this point is not very good. Yep, they got another land. Taking all my good stuff. Let's Terror again, see what they got. I'd be okay letting it go to a Sheldred's Edict here if that's fine. Yeah, sure. Okay, we got it that time. At this point, take a consider Graveyard Library. Okay, getting lands when I do not want them. Flow and Knowledge is an instant, so I'm hoping that they just try and deluge here, and then we can flow in response. Okay. Do they do something else? Nope. Well, on their end step, I think we try and flow. It gets countered. That's to be expected. They're not going to let me draw 6 cards. Now we can play our Djinn. Do they have another Sheldred's? Then we'll Fading Hope back to our hand. Yeah, those Void Runs are going to be really powerful. Hard to deal with. Okay, Haughty Djinn. See if they have another Void Rend. Deluge. I'm going to negate that. Okay. What did they grab? It's Thirst. Oh, that feels bad. All right. Bye, Djinn. Play my own terror here. This Spell Pierce is pretty worthless. Okay. They're taking my good stuff. Might as well attack here. Screw it. Spell Pierce. And Spell Pierce. I mean, I'm completely out of value here. I got nothing. They're going through their own yard. Maybe they have a Witness the Future. Okay. Alright, this was a great rip. Please, for the love of God, do not have a counterspell. If you do, please let it be a Make Disappear. Oh, thank God. Okay. Island can go. Get out of here. Terror. Holy crap, we needed that. Okay. I have something of mine. Oh, it wasn't Make Disappear, thank God. Alright. Hottie Jin. And a terror. If you have a board wipe, I'm screwed anyways. I'm playing both out. YOLO. No board wipes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Are you effing kidding me? You son of a bitch. Oh my God. I can't believe that crap. Just, what can you do? I'll give it one more turn before I cry. Yeah, alright. Alright, post-game recaps. That last one was an absolute heartbreaker. If you got there, really painful. We had twice win an Insta Diamond and didn't get there, and now we are very far away. So this performed really well, and then just got the shaft. I think if I was to play around this, I would get rid of some of these more kind of niche counterspells, like a Scatter Ray and a Spell Pierce, and make them more just solid all-around counterspells. Like, I think Make Disappear is great. I'd run 4 of those, and then I'd also run 4 of the one blue, I'm forgetting the name of it, but Exiles instead. When you have a whole bunch of stuff, just being able to do that is huge. Just have blanket counterspells. It seemed like at the end there I had counterspells for the wrong type of card that they were playing. So this is a really fun deck. You know, when it works, you just are in absolute control of the game, but when it doesn't, it feels really, really bad. But I'll see you next time.